Yes, did you see the NFL draft that came out with the Bellagio stage? They're doing the stage at the Bellagio in the fountains, and they're going to have a boat take the draftees to the stage. Wow. Yeah.
Are we going?
No, come on, man.
Why not?
Bro, you know why. Do you think that's going to happen? I mean, unless you want it, like the last time that you were like, no, we're going was McGregor Mayweather, and you made it happen. So I don't know, but I would say as of right now, with how the planning goes around here, sometimes not likely. Not really likely.
But I mean, I can imagine that boat thing. Something. I mean, what if on the way to dropping the prospect off to this podium, what if like the boat, like the engine goes out, the boat stalls in the middle of the sea?
It's not going overseas, Robbie.
And they're gonna have to jump out of the boat and swim to the podium to shake hands with the commissioner.
Well, what kind of a boat is it? Is it going to be a motorboat? Is it going to be a gondola? Like, what are we going with?
Do you understand? In front of a casino, they have an entire boat show. Okay? I'm more than sure they can handle transporting a player a couple of 100 feet.
Is the Bellagio the one that does the fountain dances?
No, that's
or is that
the
Caesar's Palace?
I think that's the Bellagio. What if
that goes off? What if the timers are off and they start spraying Goodell?
What is wrong with you guys?
And just another thing, like what if you got patrons watching the draft that are hammered, they're gonna trip and fall into the water, like a lot of things could go wrong with this. I mean, it looks awesome, but
it does look awesome. I appreciate doing something different. I feel like we would do the draft well too. I want the draft.
We wouldn't.
Yes,
why not?
Everybody would get in trouble.
Why?
Well, they're having the draft in Vegas. You can't get more trouble than that.
Yeah, Vegas is got to be much more scandalous. They got the legal prostitution on the outskirts of the state.
Keyword.
People could blow their signing bonuses in one day.
Keyword.
That'd be bold. Just go out there. You just throw down your signing bonus on red.
You haven't signed yet.
Congratulations. I'm Sam Bradford now.
You haven't signed yet.
Whatever, man.
It's in the bag. It's coming.
You're good for it.
Now, what if Tua, he has issues with hip. He has to get on the boat and then get off the boat with his bad hip, and the boat's gonna be wet. He's gonna be wearing nice shoes.
If his hip is still bad at that moment, he got time. I'm just telling you. If he walks up to the podium or he goes to the draft with a limp, you still drafting him?
I don't know, man.
You know. Because if your team drafts a guy that walks up to the podium with a limp, you're going to be like, whoa, nobody checked into this?
I'll say this. What has made me a little nervous about it is watching how many guys have success this year who can move. And it does make me a little nervous that even if he is healthy, as a pristine passer as he is, it's just not what the league seems where it's going, right? Like, it just seems like everything's moving so fast. We don't know how that line's going to be. So it just seems like seems like you need that
all
ability.
The things that I've been complaining about for the last 4 or 5 years, you just confirmed. And that is, you're going to bring in a quarterback and not have the rest of your team solidified or to the point where he can coexist with the team you have.
Well, we will talk to Adam Beasley later on.
Oh, by the way, I got to update.
Okay.
The Las Vegas News is reporting that the water stage will be a red carpet event. The actual stage will be by Caesar's Palace.
That's a bummer. I don't like that. Adam Beasley's going to join us. He's in Mobile, Alabama. He was watching Justin Herbert yesterday. His column today, the most important question of the Senior Bowl. Is Justin Herbert a Flores guy? We find out from Adam Beasley later on today's program.
Yeah, by the way, there was a big murmur.
We knew this was going to happen. Was everybody not saying this during the season? Herbert was going to go to the Senior Bowl and have his workout, and everybody's going to be like, woof, woof. You're going to raise some eyebrows.
Yeah, there was apparently a murmur all around the scouting department.
Murmur?
Yeah.
Like a good murmur.
When Justin Herbert weighed in at 227 pounds, like the lightest he's ever been.
Ooh, in shape.
In shape? The season just ended.
It caused a murmur. It caused a murmur in the scouting department that he weighed in at 227 pounds.
Did you see the dopey report from Pro Football Talk where they say that that the Dolphins are enamored with Joe Burrow, especially Steve Ross. Like, hey, Pro Football Talk. Thanks. Hey, thanks for the report, sir.
So
appreciate it.
Which brings me back.
Could they aggregate that from him?
No, this is one of his OG reports.
Oh, really?
He reported it. He reported Dolphins love them some Joe Burrow, especially owner Steve Ross. In fact, they couldn't confirm whether or not that Chris Greer and Brian Flores felt the same way. But here's how he exactly worded. Per league source, the Dolphins covet LSU quarterback Joe Burrow, the presumptive number 1 pick in the 2020 draft. Specifically, the guy who signs the check, owner Steve Ross, is the one who wants Burrow. It's unknown at this point whether Flores and Chris Greer agree.
Oh, wait, didn't he want Tua a year ago?
Yes.
You know what I like?
And he liked Lamar Jackson.
I like the fact that...
Allegedly.
I like the fact here. You do stuff like this and you tank for whatever you want to call it.
Right.
Not necessarily for a player, but for a situation. You know, this situation gives you more options. You trade your players away for first rounders for options. So I get bothered when people talk about players and not situations. So the fact that they are in a situation where they can maybe try to do, you know, something to get the guy they want or the best guy. If not, they still have options. That's what this is all about. So I really, it bothered the hell out of me when people say, oh, let's tank for Tua. We're going to get Tua. I don't care if his hips hurt. Let's get Tua. Well, in normal circumstances, you wouldn't feel that way.
Right.
But you've hooked your horns into this guy.
But why does a report like that come out? So maybe the Bengals go.
No. A report like that.
Pick up a call.
A report like that doesn't deserve reading. Of course he's enamored with Joe Burrow. The guy won the Heisman and won the national championship and threw for as many yards as he wanted to.
Broke football.
Tua like 7 touchdowns in the first half.
Hey, Tua never broke football.
Tua didn't break football.
Football broke him.
Yeah.
Over and over and over. Yeah.
Point for
hey, and football's not going to get any easier.
No.
Right. So, like, are you willing here? If I said to you right now, okay, and this is both of you guys, your job is going to depend on the first pick that you make in this year's draft.
Which it will. For Chris Greer.
Right. Are you willing to stake your career on Tua and he's not healthy? Because that's what it boils down to.
If I don't have to trade up for Tua, I will take the risk.
That wasn't my. We already assumed.
But
that
you're putting my job on the line. So
right. So if you have to make a pick at number 5, and he is an impact player, because if you move up to get Tua and it doesn't work out, that's even worse.
Yeah, it's going to cost you more.
Right.
Well, I did see a report yesterday from, I can't remember if it was Fox or NFL Network, where they said that the Dolphins don't intend to trade their picks, that they are going to keep them.
I think that's true.
So,
but all this.
This is the smoke screen. Yeah,
listen,
we know.
It's draft time. It's high time for lies.
Right. Again, are you willing to risk, based on what you know about Tua, the good and the bad, are you willing to risk your job on drafting him number 5? Because it's easy when you don't have to make that decision. But let's make it real circumstance, real situations. Are you willing to risk your job? Are you that confident that he's going to be healthy and going to work out?
Well, if you don't take Tua, if he's there at number 5 and you don't take him, you're probably going to be fired anyways.
If he works out.
If he works out, yes. So it's a gamble. It's a gamble either way.
This is risk assessment.
Well, do you think that?
Because guess what? You can still get a player that's an impact player.
Well,
that might not be Tua.
Yeah, this would be an interesting one. Like if they feel like they could maybe trade up, like if it's a scenario where they could go and they could take somebody at 5 and then they could trade up for Justin Herbert, like in the midst of their draft, like
in the middle of the first round,
right? Like they take their 2 picks and then trade up to get him.
Okay,
but I wonder, like this is one of those ones where I think it's hard because if you are coming off a draft where Chris Greer went against what the owner suggested and it didn't work out for him,
right?
do you kind of cop out and give the guy what he wants?
No.
He's the boss.
Okay, but if it doesn't work out, I mean, look. I think they have a relationship, and it doesn't seem like Stephen Ross has any Jerry Jones in him, because we would have already had Lamar. We would have already had Lamar. We would have. Wait. If that were the case, we would have Lamar.
You know why he doesn't have Jerry Jones in him, though? Because Stephen Ross isn't charismatic. You put a microphone in front of Stephen Ross, he's going to say something stupid. Jerry Jones loves the microphone. He's basically like the owner version of Conor
He also
McGregor.
loves power.
He does.
Okay, Stephen Ross fired
a lot of guys.
He fired a lot of guys, but he also gives power to a lot of guys he supposedly trusts. You see what I mean? He's not coming in and making a phone call and saying, draft this guy.
Yeah, but why does he trust guys like Tannenbaum?
That's a whole nother conversation. Okay, that's a whole nother conversation. Trusting the right guys. But he trusts football guys to make football decisions. Now, whether he has the right football guys is another discussion.
Can we just agree that the decision should be made by Dan Marino? Like, let's be honest. Why are you leaving?
Why are you doing this?
Let me ask you something right now. If I put it out to No. Hear me out.
As soon as you say "hear me out,"
Hear
I
me
know
out.
I want to
Just hear me
punch
out.
you in this, just chop you in the neck.
If I made a poll, if I asked Dolphin fans, who do you trust picking the franchise quarterback? Just the quarterback. Rest of the draft, it's all up to
Let's hire
to
guys
Chris
so
Greer.
you can pick the quarterback.
The only guy, he's in the organization. He's watched film. He's been around. Who do you trust picking the quarterback? Dan Marino? Chris Greer. That's it. I'm picking Marino. I just wanted to pick the quarterback. You pick your heir. We've been waiting for 25 years. Has it been that long? Feels like I oversold it there. We've been waiting for too long, Marino. You pick the guy. You've been here.
Now,
you sit with Stephen Ross every game. You pick him.
I'm going to tell you right now.
King of the Dolphins.
Who do you think Dan Marino likes? Herbert.
I think he does like Herbert.
Right. Like he's going to pick a guy that looks like him.
Yeah, but what if he's right?
Okay, fine. Look. What are you doing?
What am I doing?
Right.
I'm just
You are
using my
I've
resources.
never met a guy who's more starstruck.
I like stars, and I like the
But
stars.
just because they're stars don't mean they can do their job.
Nah, I think they can do their job.
You think Dan Marino could pick talent on this team?
I just want to pick the quarterback.
You can't hire somebody like that. It doesn't work like that.
Quarterback specialist.
Quarterback specialist.
Guru.
A guru. All I want him to do is pick the guy. Just pick him. Dan, do you think they'll ask him?
Yes.
Will they go in the room and ask,
Here.
Dan, what do you think?